Let's say you're in a room, and in that room is a table, and upon that table is a gun and a pair of Nike shoes. Now let's say you have to choose one and go into battle. Which one do you think is the best choice? If you're a smart person, the answer is obvious. Talking about the gunboats, of course, because whoa, what else would I be talking about? The gunboats are an unlockable secondary for the soldier, which replaces his shotgun with the ability to focus solely on his rocket launcher, which basically means you get to jump more and not ever shoot people with hit scan weapons. It's pretty reasonable to question why you would want to get rid of a shotgun in favor of just being able to jump more, but it's actually really easy to explain why people do this. The answer is that rockets equal strong. Basically, whenever you're playing in a pub, you're going to be in a situation where you don't have to worry too much about your team. You can essentially go out and fight everything solo, and when you're fighting everything solo, you're probably going to be focusing more on just shooting rockets and reloading than you are finishing off 4 shots in your rocket launcher and then immediately pulling out a shotgun and trying to hit 6 with that. So instead, why not just get rid of the shotgun so you can focus solely on that, have complete height advantage over them because you can keep jumping with all the extra health that you're going to have, and just basically destroy the entire server because you're good. You earned it, buddy. Good job. If I'm being completely serious though, the gunboats don't really match up to any of the banners in terms of pub play, because pretty much any banner you choose is going to give you a strategic advantage just by soloing entire crowds of enemies, but that doesn't change the fact that the gunboats are still fun to use. Imagine every pub is this giant sandbox. By having the gunboats on, you can basically walk wherever you want in the sandbox and do whatever. If you have a banner, you can pretty much lock down one corner to be completely yours, and if you have the shotgun, you're basically going to have your sandcastle knocked over by a bully. Everything said here, does that mean the shotgun is bad? In no way am I calling the shotgun bad. It's actually a very viable weapon, especially if you're playing around your own team and you have a medic that you need to protect dearly. But the thing is, most of the time you're probably not going to have that. Take for example the roamer and pocket in 6s. The roamer's not nearly as much near the medic. He's going to be playing on the flank where he doesn't really have to worry about protecting the medic because there are other people whose job is solely to do that. Meanwhile, you have the pocket, whose job is pretty much only to protect the medic. He's going to need a shotgun, because if someone jumps in and he has no rockets, he needs something to finish off whatever is coming at him. So let's get down to the important base question. Are the gunboats pretty okay-ish?
Yeah, I think so.
If you're the kind of person that enjoys team coordination, you're probably not going to enjoy the gunboats. But if you like doing your own thing, solo, then you're probably going to be, like, in love with the weapon. So congratulations. You might have just discovered your new favorite class in the entire game, Soldier, because we don't have enough soldier mains on YouTube yet. Or maybe, hear me out, maybe you found a better class like Demo Man. That wasn't a joke, by the way. This question also applies to him because he also has shoes which can replace a gun. In hindsight, you could probably wear shoes and also have a gun, but let's not question the logic of why he has to get rid of the grenade launcher. The point is, he can't use the grenade launcher and wear shoes at the same time. Anyways, the Demo Man is special given the circumstances. He basically has 2 primaries, the grenade launcher and the sticky bomb launcher. You can get rid of the grenade launcher, but you're still going to have a sticky bomb launcher to back up, so that if you have the wee booties on, which are going to make you run faster, have more health, pretty much all upsides on that regard, you're still going to have a sticky bomb launcher, which is basically the strongest weapon in the entire pub. You can kill everything with that. You can run faster, you can put on the Islander, you can get extra heads, you're going to be running 3 times as fast after that. Just don't put on a shield because then you're not going to have stickies or a grenade launcher and you're basically only going to be a melee class. Actually, that's not a bad idea. The dividing factor from the gunboats is that gunboats are actually pretty viable in competitive play, but the wee booties aren't so much. And that's because you can have 2 soldiers in competitive, so one of them doesn't have to worry too much about protecting the combo or anything like that. Meanwhile, the Demo Man's entire job is to spam out enemies, and if you're getting rid of one of the weapons that is vital for spamming out enemies, you're basically gimping yourself super hard. The thing is, a lot of times you're going to be using stickies to make traps, meaning you can't detonate them, so you're going to need a grenade launcher to rely on for spamming out corridors or chokes or whatever the heck you're pointing at. You can't pull that off with an Islander. You can't actually viably play the Demo Knight in competitive. That's why it's been tried and failed miserably. You can try to deny it, but that's just the facts as they are.
Funk, what about the Claymore? You can charge further, and it's actually pretty viable for competitive?
No, that's actually pretty incorrect. They rebalanced the Claymore? They rebalanced the long sword, so it doesn't make you charge further anymore. It actually just gives you health back and recharges some of your charge. None of that matters, because you don't charge further, and you also take 15% more damage. In competitive, that's basically essentially complete trash. So that weapon's dead now. If you're going to be doing any demo knighting at this point, the Tide Turner refills 75% of your charge already, so you're better off using the Persian Persuader or even the Eyelander at this point. Truth be told, the Claymore isn't even a bad weapon now. They just got rid of the most interesting part of it that made it stand out from every other sword. Which is really depressing actually, because, you know, I like that weapon. I considered it one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. But they went and changed it. I don't know why, because it had something interesting that none of the other swords brought to the table, and I don't know why they would get rid of it. It was completely uncalled for, too, because no one ever complained about the weapon, and it was completely out of nowhere. Nobody asked for this change, Valve. I don't know why you would even think to consider making it some kind of a riff off Satoshi. Nobody asked for that. If I want to get health back, I'll use the Satoshi, but I'm not... Why? 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 I actually like that weapon and they got rid of it. I actually like playing Demo Night until they changed that, and now I can't even play Demo Night and have fun. Because they got rid of the most interesting thing that was in the entire class. Yeah. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. Please, to this moment. But it all changed. And I can't fix any of it. I'm not in control to fix any of it. What do I do? There's nowhere to go from here.
Turn back time, 'cause now the guilt is all mine. Can't live without the trust from those you love. I know we can't forget the past. You can't forget love and pride. Because of that